guys, I wanted to do a goals update. It is almost the end of July, so I guess it's like kind of a little bit late to do this, but whatever. So yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Did I even do a goals? I must have done a goals video at the beginning of the year, right? Those are like my favorite videos. So I'll also have a little bit of my bullet journal. I'll try to like film it from up top, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do to put the two together, but that's okay. So far I'm doing pretty okay. My Goodreads goal is always 52 books a year, because that's just a book a week, obviously. So that's like pretty easy to do. I'm a little bit ahead on my goal. I preferred if the 52 books were actually books, and I have a few graphic things and some poetry. So I feel like technically I'm behind based on what I would like, but I do have the numbers in my Goodreads, whatever. And I have 4 BookTube prize books that I still need to finish this month. So I think that I will be on track. With regards to, so I've got I guess I'm just going to show you like this, because who am I? I'm not a bullet journaler. Like, I mean, I bullet journal, but I'm not like a channel for bullet journaling. So I'm just going to show you, I guess. I have my little color coordination system, whatever. So I like to, keep track of what genre I'm reading. And then I have these little like indicators in the corners. Last year, I was just indicating if the book was, I was doing translated. No, I don't remember what I was doing exactly, but basically, graphic. I was keeping track of whether or not it was a graphic, like novel or cartoon, or comic or whatever. And this year I decided that I wanted to track whether it was a graphic item, translated, less than 200 pages or over 500 pages. But the problem is that it's just like too confusing. When I look at it, it's meaningless to me because it's just like the different corners of the box that I'm coloring in. So next year I'm going to do something different. I think Doris like puts like a box around stuff if it's like a certain whatever. So I'm going to come up with a different system for next year, because and I kind of have stopped doing it. It's just, the whole point is to visually look at this and get like an idea without having to look at my actual books. But this is not helpful at all for that. So oh well. With regards to my book balance, I'm not doing great. I started off the year with 1,498, and as of the beginning of July, because I haven't like done my numbers, and also, there's time still in the month, it's 1,552, which means it's gone up by 54 books, which I just like don't even understand. I will say a good chunk of those are Goosebumps books, but still not great. But spoiler alert for July, I'm actually doing really, really good. Let me get my last year's bullet journal just so I can show you, because I did something else different. Is this last year's? I have so many things everywhere. Boop-a-doop. I think this is last year's bullet journal. Yes, because I've got my Schitt's Creek sticker on there. So last year I was keeping track of, I have my list of the books that I've read, and I just do the star rating. And so last year, oh, interesting. Okay, so I guess I'm thinking of 2 years ago. Wow. So anyways, last year because I want to keep track of my translated versus non-translated, so I can kind of, again, it's mostly just like to have a quick little visual representation of how the year went. And so I did it the year before. It was when it was a hot mess, but this is like pretty acceptable. And then obviously I had overflow, so I went from the bottom on this side. This year I decided, instead of having it be on one page, although in retrospect, I think I do like this better. I broke it up into 2 separate 2-page spreads. So I have all my translated books on one, and then my non-translated books on the next one. But I guess I don't read that much. I definitely don't read enough to fill 4 individual pages, 2 double spreads of this. So I don't know, we'll see. I might go back to how I had it the previous year, but I'm always hopeful. I'm hopeful that I will get that many books under my belt, but it not super likely. And then I have my series tracker, which, I haven't really done the goal would be to get some of these off of here. Arab of the Future Volume 5, I don't know. Has that been translated into English and I just haven't gotten it yet? Because that would be disappointing. I have done some work on my Chew series. I've got 3 left of those, and I DNF'd the Sherlock Holmes series because not for me. So yeah, there's some things like I have the second and third books of the Imperial Bratch trilogy, the Southern Reach trilogy, and I've got the second book in the Chili Palmer series, and I just like haven't been reading them. I don't know. I haven't really been focusing on my series at all. I'm not really a series reader, which is probably why I haven't been focusing on them. But it's nice to keep track of it, like just to have kind of like a, oh, here are the books that I could like, you know, finish a series if I wanted to. Then I've got my small press list. I am trying to do videos. My goal was to do one a month, but it's July and I've only done one, kind of highlighting a different independent publisher each month. So I've only done a video for Tin House, and I've written down some more. I'm trying to read Archipelago books this month, but I don't even have that written on here. And ever since I started looking at I have a subscription to Poets and Writers magazine. And ever since I started looking at that, I've like been learning about a lot more small presses, which I'm so excited about because obviously that's like, you know, I'm so excited. And then here I've got like my actual, like what I would say are my monthly goals, which would be to read a nonfiction a month, a graphic novel a month, a literary journal a month, a book from a podcast a month, and then an oldie, which is a book that I've had on my shelves since, you know, 2015 or prior, which is ancient, I guess. I think that's what Heidi calls it, right? Ancient TBR. So yeah, I haven't been really tracking this at all. I've honestly, I'm going to say it was the BookTube Prize books in May. Just, I was in a slump, and then I had to read all those books, and then I'm finally feeling not slumpy, so I think I'm going to go back and like retroactively fill this. I just updated my Instagram stories with the books that I had read, including BookTube Prize books from the last round that I just never put on there because I just kind of got over it. But I am reading. I'm feeling a little bit of a spark. I'm feeling kind of sparkly, whatever. So yes, I'm going to go back and do that, but I don't think I've been doing that well on it anyways. And I removed translated from there because I feel like at this point it's not really a goal that I need to make because I do a pretty good job of including translated works each month. And then this is my ancient TBR basically. So I feel like a lot of people have TBR jars, and I just, this makes me happy looking at this. I don't know. It makes me really happy. I also have a mug that my sister-in-law got for me that's like a Hocus Pocus mug that says amok, and it's really, really big, like too big for me to drink like anything out of it. I guess I could drink juice out of it, but I'm not drinking coffee or tea out of the thing. It's like way too big. And I wanted to use it just because then it's on my shelves too, and I can look at it for my TBR jar. But I do really like the way this looks, and so I can just like pick anything. The different stickies don't relate to anything like genre or when it was added or anything. It's just different stickies that I think are fun. Again, I've got my cat butt ones. Where's the camera? There it is. My cat butts, which I think are the cutest ones. And then I've got my book clubs that I am participating in. Again, I went a little bit cuckoo bananas this year. I don't know what to tell you. So I joined many Meetup book clubs. I have crossed off one of them, and I think I've signed up for a couple more since then too, but I basically try to write down what the book is for the month. I'm also clearly behind on this. Every once in a while I'll like jot some of them down, and if I read it, I highlight it. Oh, I did read another one of these that I should highlight, and then if I decide I don't want to read the book, I cross it out, because I'm not trying to actually, read every single book that every single book club is doing, because I'm not interested in all of the books. And then I've also decided I'm part of like a bunch of Goodreads groups. Do you guys get a bunch of weird invitations to Goodreads groups? I feel like people invite me to Goodreads groups all the time, and I never see it, and like give me book recommendations. Anyways, that's not what this is about, I guess. But yeah, so I'm like, why am I part of these groups if I'm not participating? So I decided that I wanted to try to participate. The only problem is that I don't want to buy any books for any of these. So it's basically just if the books are on my shelves already. I think for the World's Lit, I was kind of trying to buy them because I'm more, again, interested in adding books from other cultures and countries and, you know, whatever on my shelves, as opposed to like, you know, Charles Dickens, whatever. So I was kind of buying those, but in retrospect, I don't really need to be buying those books. There's no point. I would rather focus, like if I have to purchase things, I'd rather have it be for Invisible Cities or BookTube Prize, which brings me to my next sheet, which I haven't even filled out at all. The previous years I've kept track of BookTube Prize books, and I just like haven't at all. Where's my, wow, I did not do a very good job with my bullet journal last year. Well, you know, we just go through phases, right? So I kind of had like a little grid of all of them. I think the problem was that I ran out of space on my phone. They added Robert added the translated fiction section. And so I wanted to add that into the spread. And I just wasn't sure how to do it. And then at this point, I'm not going to be participating in the last round. So, you know, I don't know. And then also the goal would be, I forget who in the group did it, but to put the countries and the maps there. I could still possibly do that if I'm feeling frisky, but I'm just like so behind on everything that, I don't know, you have to kind of like decide where you want to spend your energy. So yeah, I haven't done that yet. And then I have all of these various, and I'll try to remember to link them below, but this is a Goodreads group that I participate in. It's called Around the World in 52 Books, and it has nothing to do with the actual world. So I don't know why it's called that, but they have different prompts. And then again, I use my same color coordination system. So, you know, these are fiction books. This is, I think, memoir or essay. The gray is nonfiction. So I'm doing pretty good. I wanted to do them in order. At this point, obviously, I'm not doing that, but maybe next year I can try again. And so, yeah, they just give you a prompt a week. So, like, the first one is main character name starts with A, T, or Y. So I read To Kill a Mockingbird. You know, 3 books set on different continents, historical fiction, less than 5,000 Goodreads ratings. It's just, you know, a bunch of prompts. I love prompts, and I have so many books. So I mostly just read 4 things or like to fill a prompt, because that's the only way that I can like figure out what I'm going to read, because I want to read everything. I also tried to do the Pop Sugar reading challenge. It's not as much of a focus clearly as this one. And I don't know if I'm going to read enough books to be able to fill all these prompts anyways. So we'll see. Maybe something will happen and a miracle will happen. And then also this one is the most important one. So in the past, I've done the Reading Women, or attempted to do the Reading Women challenge, which I didn't see online. I think the podcast for sure is not happening anymore, but I guess maybe the website isn't either. I'm not really sure, because I don't follow them that strongly, but I did find the Free Black Women's Library Challenge. So the Free Black Women's Library, I think, is an Instagram account. I assume there's like more to it than that. I haven't looked that deep into this because I haven't been like focusing on these things. I'm just reading books and then trying to fit them into the prompts afterwards. But anyways, I'm doing Atrocious. This is the one that I would like to actually complete. I'm doing Atrocious. I've read 2 books, Thomas and Beulah, which is a poetry collection in passing, by Nella Larson, and Rita Dove wrote Thomas and Beulah. And so this is just horribly embarrassing. I also didn't have I don't know if you can see like that I had to do some editing. I didn't have a lot of the right prompts on here, so I don't know what happened to me at the beginning of the year, but it wasn't good. So I was sitting down the other day and I decided to look at the books that I own and try to fill as many prompts as I can. There's only a few that I couldn't fill, like book on personal development, because again, like that's not really something that I try to read ever. And then on health or healing, again, same, not really interested in that. About death, grief, or the afterlife, just, yeah, so not really like books that I gravitate towards. So my goal, and I did again, I penciled in books that I thought would fill these challenges. So that's something that I'm going to focus. August, I'm going to focus on women in translation specifically. And then I think August, so September and October, I obviously can't read all of these books. Probably I couldn't even, I don't think I could read them even in 2 months, but you know, that's where I'm going to try to spend most of my energy on the latter part of the year, if I'm not focused on like group reads that I need to read, if that makes any sense. Then there's also 2 more groups that I found out about after I like set up everything, because this is not in the right section. This should be like with the group reads. But it's a low-key overdue book club, and then translated LGBTQ book club. And these are both by booktubers. And I haven't read any of those, and I've only read one of the low-key overdue. See, I'm just behind on like tracking things. And you might say, Stephanie, it's because you try to track too much. Oh, did you ever try tracking less? And it's like, I understand what you're saying, but I don't care. So here is, I guess that's kind of the goals update. I don't know. There's nothing else really. I am disappointed that I'm not participating more in Invisible Cities, and I'm trying to read I think it's the 25 books read before you turn 25 or 30 before 30, which is funny because I'm in my mid-30s. I get to vote tonight for Love Island. Woo! So yeah, those are things that I would like to participate in more, or like do more, focus on more, that I just haven't been. And I do think that part of the problem is that I've joined all of these groups. And so why am I reading? You know, am I reading because I like want to have conversations with people about the books that I'm reading, which is obviously why I do BookTube, because I like to talk to people about what I'm reading and what's going on. And so the book club element would like more fulfill that. But then in those instances, I'm kind of being made to read a book that I'm not picking, and that's not on my shelves. And I feel like that's another thing. Like one of my goals is to read the books that are on my shelves. And so those two goals and wants and needs are against each other. But then I'm also choosing to read books from like, you know, arbitrary lists that are made by who knows who like cares what these people have to say, just because like it's fun for me to read a book off of a list. Like, I mean, yeah, just because it's fun for me to read a book off of a list. That's purely why. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to like for sure finish these books, because I think a lot of them are books that I'm probably not going to for sure end up liking. There's definitely, you know, stuff on there that is just like the classic dated type books that everyone supposedly read in high school that I did not read in high school. So yeah, it just kind of depends on how I'm looking at things and what I want to do, and trying to like decide like why I'm reading mostly. I feel like that's the real reason. Like why am I reading? Besides for fun, obviously. I do think that all of these things are fun, like, you know, taking books off of my list and taking books off of that list and talking to people. Like all of these things are fun, but you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think that's pretty much it for goals then. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of my bullet journal. So I'm going to flip the camera. All right, we're just doing this in my lap because I don't want to do anything else. So this is my January cover page. I'm getting super lazy with it. This again is how I keep track of my schedule. I know a lot of people do like the classic, what's it called? Calendar with like the boxes, but this works for my brain really well because I work better with lists. I don't know what to tell you. And then I give different colors to different things. So my work schedule is like this lighter pink color, obviously, and then other events are this darker color. And then I also try to keep track of my podcasts and my books. Again, this is like at a glance, and I like to see things at a glance. So every time I finish a week's worth of podcasts, I gave myself this cute little sticker. And obviously I didn't listen to a lot of podcasts in January. And then every book that I finish gets this little, what is that? Sloth. And it's different colors or different things every time. Oh, and when I'm on call, I circle it in this box, just so again, when I'm looking at my calendar, I can kind of see that. I went to Vegas at the end of January for my bachelorette party. And then I have my TBR, which I do the exact same every single time. Again, it's just like visually, it's easy for my brain. I color coordinate. I give a color code to different like projects or reasons why books are on my TBR. So Invisible City, I ran out of space again. Anyway, so I have Invisible Cities project, goals, small press, books that I've started. So books that are on my cart of shame. I should probably change that word from started to shame. Book clubs, jacked January. So this is like the books that I picked that I don't think I'm going to enjoy. And then any extra books, because I always pick the amount of books as there are days. So if there's 31 days and I get 31 books, I know I'm never going to do it, but I like having options. And then I keep track of what I read, bought, page count. Clearly I'm not good at reading and I'm very good at buying. And then I assign a certain amount of pages and like days to each book to fill my grids, my little boxes, and then I color them in as I hit that marker. And then obviously I decorate with stickers and washi tape. Oh, I saw Hedwig and the Angry Inch at what theater did I see it at? It's here in Portland, so you probably don't know about it anyways, but it was basically a one-person show. There was another person that was on stage that was the, like, partner of Hedwig. I can't remember what their name is, but if you've seen the movie or production, you know who I'm talking about. So this person was literally on stage singing and dancing the whole time without an intermission, basically by themselves. It was spectacular. And then I do like to try to keep track of page count, but I clearly didn't do well, which is probably why I tried to cover up the space. I also like to keep track of my outgoing and ingoing mail. And then this is where I keep track of the videos that I want to film. So I put it in pencil as an idea, and then I do it in pen once I have done it. And then I was trying to keep track of any exercises. I might actually go back to trying to keep track of my exercises. And then how many steps a day and how many hours of sleep. And then, you know, habit trackers. So reading, Duolingo. I'm trying to, I have a magazine problem. I feel like I've mentioned that. So I'm trying to get rid of magazines, and I'm trying I want them out of my house. I want to be like caught up. I don't want hundreds of magazines piling up. Eating no meat and journaling. What does that even mean? Did I really do a journal entry on the 1st? Well, regardless, I clearly stopped tracking things. So, you know, whatever. And then movie list. I think these were movies that were being taken off of Criterion. So I just like put a list of the ones that I was maybe interested in watching. I watched some of these. I don't remember which ones. And then I have, oh, look at that. My wedding's in a month. What am I doing? So, you know, just stuff. Oh, this was a list of things for me to try to take care of while Jake was on his bachelor party. Didn't do very many of them. Then again, more blank space. I always cover out blank space with stuff. Here is Jake being a cutie. Here's where we got our flowers from. This is a list of stuff that I needed to do before the wedding. This is, I think, I asked my mom to try to help come up with like plans that we can do when people were in town. Here's my February. I really like that. That's really pretty. My February cover page. And then I had a wedding, so I had all of this time off of work. So that's why there's nothing in here. And I was also obviously not really bullet journaling during that time. Then again, work. And this was my ticket from my wedding dress because I had to have it altered. And then I have a map of Edgefield, which is where we got married. This is a sticker that was on one of the, I bought a bunch of stuff off of Etsy for the wedding. So that was on it. I can't remember what it was on. I think maybe the wedding toppers, but, and then this funny picture that I thought it was cute to put in there because me and Jake got married. So maybe we'll be like these two old, very, very tan people. And then, yeah, I obviously didn't do any bullet journaling in February. Then I've got my March, whatever. I just pop stuff in there. Who cares? Again, keeping track of books and podcasts. It's all the same. This is all the same. Oh, I actually kept track of what I read. That's exciting. didn't keep track of any of this. Also, it's exhausting to do these stupid little boxes, just FYI. So I'm kind of over it at this point. Jake and I are also trying to watch, there's a high school movie list on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like the 70 best high school movies. So we just recently watched Mr. Holland's Opus, which is actually terrible. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but Grease is next. I'm not emotionally prepared to go down that journey at the moment. Sorry, there might be a weird cut because I've got my medical bracelet in here. So, whoops. Here's some fun eggs. Look at how funny. Again, when I don't put stuff in here, I just kind of put whatever. Oh, here's a note from Adam. This was the beginning of a different month. I never went and put anything here. So I'm probably going to add something because I don't like having a blank page. I'd rather put something in there. But Adam sent us the Agnes Varda box set for our wedding as a wedding present, which is so sweet. So I have his little note in there. And then again, same old, same old, same old, same old. Oh, I changed up how I was doing this. Before I was like having the whole thing colored and then like outlining it. And then I saw someone else just kind of do a line and I was like, you know what? Screw it. That looks so much easier. And I like the way it looks aesthetically a little bit more. More mail and video ideas. Again, this basically looks the same always. But then I tried a sleep log and a cleaning tracker. And I also didn't do great with that. I'm still trying to do the sleep log. I have given up on doing this for the cleaning tracker because, lordy, I don't have not a compass. What is it called? Is it called a compass? The thing that makes the circles? Anyways, this was just too hard to do. I tried to do the, keep track of my meals again. Also, clearly too hard to do. I think this is something I would like to keep track of, but I need to be a better bullet journal user in order to do that. So, still more me berating myself for not doing things. Here's May. I just give up a lot, but I love this movie and love this picture. I just wish it wasn't on top of this ugly green. More of the same stuff. You can tell when my work is stupid. When did I have COVID? It was at the end of April. Oh, right. So yeah, I didn't work any of this time. And then once I was working, you can again tell that this was the worst week of my life working. And then, finished all those stupid not stupid, I'm sorry, but BookTube prize books were at the end. That's why there's like literally no reading and then everything at the very end. I'm hilarious. I've so embarrassing. So embarrassing. I give up on things. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all, I think I put this in here when I had the COVID because that's, how I felt. Then June, look at that. Like, gorgeous. Oh, I love it so much. Let's see, more of the same stuff. And then I've got a little note in here that Rachel sent me. Swatches for her dress because I'm going to be a bridesmaid at her wedding. And then I tried doing this cleaning log, which I think works a lot better for me than that horrible circle thing. Still not doing great though at things, clearly. And then, I went to a birthday party that was dinosaur themed. Again, I've got Heidi's note in here. I love getting notes and putting them in my bullet journal. And then blah, blah, blah. Wow, just nothing. Oh, right. This is the month we're in right now, right? July? Is that right? So I haven't even done my July page, but that's okay. And last week was a lot of messiness. But look how many books I've read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so proud of myself. So, here's my thing again. It's the same. I could still go back at this point and fill this in because it's not too late, but I haven't done it yet. And then some mail, all the same. I have not been cleaning very much. I do actually really need to need to clean. And then I haven't kept track of my sleep at all. So I'm probably at this point, I'm probably just going to cover this up with something because it's too late to go back and keep track of my sleep. The book count I think I can do because I don't read every day, so it's easier, but I do sleep every day and it's more confusing because it's from one day to another. But anyways, too many words. Let's see. I've got, and then I just keep, you know, various bits and bobs. Just make sure there's nothing in here that I can't show you. That is our mayor. We hate him in this household. I've got some, you know, I always keep some of these in here just in case. Oh, this is from a package that Nicole sent me a long time ago. So it's like my little, you know, whose journal is this? And then I guess I didn't show you guys the very beginning, but I just like to keep, again, things in my bullet journal that make me happy. So we've got our save the dates and our invitations, and we just got our thank you cards in the mail, so we're going to start sending those out soon. I think I have literally shown you everything that's in my bullet journal. So thanks for watching.